Thursday, April 30th at 1:30 a.m. 5 UCLA students were shot in the head by people who they knew as trusted adults. The students had minor scrapes and bruises to more serious cases like head trauma, burns from flashbangs, smoke inhalation, and suspected concussions. One severe case was a head injury that resulted in a brain bleed that the medics said was worsened due to delay in emergency assistance. Hey guys, welcome back to Bits and Bytes. I'm Philip, and today we're diving into a pressing issue that unfolds at UCLA. Just this past week, a significant clash between pro-Palestinian protesters and police erupted, shedding light on the tensions that have been brewing over deeper global conflicts. So buckle up as we explore what happened and the reactions from both sides and what this means for all of us. On the morning of May 2nd, 2024, UCLA became the epicenter of a heated confrontation. Pro-Palestinian protesters who had set up an encampment on campus found themselves in a standoff with local police forces, including the LAPD and California Highway Patrol. This wasn't just a spur-of-the-moment protest. These demonstrators have been occupying part of the campus for several days, advocating fiercely against university ties with Israel amidst a broader wave of global campus protests. The tension escalated when a few protesters began throwing objects like wood and plastic bottles at the officers, prompting a serious law enforcement response. They had pleaded with the protesters to stop throwing projectiles at the police. Suited in full riot gear, the police were not just standing by. As the projectiles continued to fly, the situation intensified. One officer, pushed to the limit, responded by firing a rubber bullet, hitting a protester directly in the chest. This scene was not isolated. Throughout the confrontation, police used less lethal weapons to try and disperse the crowd, which led to multiple injuries among the protesters. The chaos didn't stop with just one incident. The entire encampment became a scene of distress as more reports of injuries began to surface. Bruises, burns from flashbangs, and severe head traumas. Volunteer medics rushed to aid those hurt, working tirelessly as they navigated through the turmoil. Amid this chaos, the protesters' resolve didn't waver, and their cries for justice grew louder, even as they faced off against an increasingly fortified police line. It was a stark display of the lengths to which they were willing to go to make their voices heard. But this grim picture, painted by the volunteer medics, sharply contrasts with the official reports from the LAPD and Los Angeles Fire Department, which only reported that there were no life-threatening injuries or fatalities. The LAFD said it assisted 5 people with minor injuries, 2 of whom were hospitalized. This discrepancy in the accounts raises questions about the transparency and accuracy of the authorities' assessment of the situation. But what's really troubling here, guys, is that eyewitnesses, accounts from protesters, journalists, and observers at the scene reveal a different narrative than the official one. Times journalists documented the chaos in the medical tents and the severity of the injuries, from a protester who required surgery due to an injured finger to another whose head injury required 11 staples and 4 stitches. These first-hand reports challenged the statements by law enforcement, exposing a reality where less lethal weapons can indeed cause severe trauma. Protesters also alleged that delays in emergency response time worsened the condition of those who were hurt. This incident at UCLA isn't isolated. It's part of a larger global wave of campus activism that has swept through universities in the US, Canada, the UK, Australia, and all across Europe. Students everywhere are raising their voices, demanding changes in university policies, particularly concerning investments and partnerships related to Israel. From Northwestern University agreeing to reevaluate investment responsibilities to Brown University setting a vote on divestment from companies affiliated with Israel, we're seeing a significant shift. These movements are not just about protests, but about purchasing and pushing for real policy changes that align with student values and ethics. As we reflect on these events, it's important to consider their impact on our civic freedoms and public safety. These protests underscore the power and responsibility of our educational institutions as places where future leaders learn not just academic skills, but how to engage with and shape public policy and moral standards. I urge all of you guys to think about what these clashes mean for our community and our future. How should universities balance safety with the right to protest? What role should we play in shaping these policies? Please share your thoughts and join the discussion in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation going. Thank you guys for tuning in today's deep dive into the UCLA protests and student activism today. This was Philip, bringing you another episode of Bits and Bytes. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this analysis helpful, and subscribe for more content, and turn on notifications to stay updated on all of our latest videos. Let me know what topics you'd like to cover next. Your feedback drives our content, and together we can explore the issue that actually matters. See you guys in the next video. Bye!